All right. Cool. Welcome back. I like someone who tweeted at me. It says D&D, but really it should say shampoo commercial. Which is great. You hope there will be an interesting campaign soon with interesting players. We'll see. I'm having a ton of fun running Pendragon, and I really only have time for one campaign, so I'm unlikely to run another game while Pendragon is running. But there might be more going on with this kind of adventure design stuff. Let's see. Documents. Nope. Pen and paper. I'm just saving out this adventure. So this is a maybe a one-shot when some of the players can't make it? Maybe. Maybe. Is there a way to get my DM notes or DM stuff? Really the best place to go, Pal's Journey, is roleplaywestmarches.wikia.com. That's the best place to see the sort of stuff that I put in the West Marches, but other than just watching my shows, there's nowhere where you can just get a brain dump of my inspiration. Okay, but I would like to put one together. Will this be posted anywhere later? Yeah, I'll totally I'll cut these YouTube videos and put them on YouTube. So there's a Faith Machine, there's a Burning Archon, Spirit Light Crystals. The Spirit Light Crystals is how the faithful get gold, so that's interesting. Yeah, the West Marches Wikia was great. Y'all did a fantastic job with that. Okay, so here's what's going on. There's a Warren-like keep out in the wilderness, claimed by a group of settlers who have gone fanatic in worship to a half-forgotten god. A machine in the depths of the keep strips the hope out of sacrificial settlers, consuming it to build a burning archon to its faith. The machine lures people to it with a psychic siren call. In its production. So let's see. The settlers gather the fine dust that sifts out of the machine as it operates, refining it, well, combining it with holy water, purchased from a nearby priest sect to produce a crystal light source. The crystals glow brightly in the presence of faith, and the light they shine on specters allows mortal weapons to damage them. Machine of brass and crystal. Machine in the depths of the keep. Machine of brass and crystal. In the depths of the keep, strips the hope out of sacrificial settlers, consuming it to build a burning ark onto its faith. The machine lures people to it with a psychic siren call. Settlers gather the fine dust that shifts out of the machine as it operates, combining it with holy water purchased from a nearby priest sect to produce a crystal light source. The crystals glow brightly in the presence of faith, and the light they shine on specters allows mortal weapons to damage them. Once the machine drains the last hope from a settler, they go hollow, entering a state of unlife that isn't quite undeath, but is functionally very similar. The settlers take these unfortunate souls and dump them into, or down a well that opens in a room behind. Dump them down a well. The chamber below is blocked from the rest of the keep by a basilisk who guards her clutch of unhatching eggs jealously. Yes, this will be going up on YouTube. And actually, what I'm gonna do with the adventure is I want to put it on the adventurers or the DMs Guild for Dungeons and Dragons. I want to put this available for people to use and run. Hey, Eplesh, Lauren Danger, thanks for hanging out. It's always awesome to have you here. I'm glad to have seen you this morning, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks, TJL XLR8. Accelerate, TJL Accelerate. Cool. I'm glad that you are enjoying the ecosystem ecology dungeon design process. I'm loving it. I think it creates really cool dungeon spaces. So basically it's the pit from Dark Souls. What's the pit? The Basilisk. I'm going to say the Basilisk is not sentient. I think it's more interesting if it's just a creature that's like guarding its eggs and it doesn't know why they're not hatching. And every once in a while it just gets really hungry, so it comes up. And that's when like the settlers have to give it meat. The Basilisk gets hungry once a week and comes up into the keep. The settlers know to expect its arrival and always prepare an offering of fresh meat to keep it sated and in place. Every time the basilisk leaves its post, a few hollows slip out into the keep. It's a place full of hollows that in the end it has a big grotesque boss. Awesome. Senior game designer right here. Thanks, Igo Boom. Should the settlers be super nice to newcomers to fill them with hope and then feed them to the machine? The hollows are hostile because they hate all life. Yes. Cool. The first sentence rhymed so nicely. The basilisk gets hungry once a week and comes up into the keep. Yes, this will be on YouTube. I feel like that's fairly good. I'm going to pull this up over onto my other screen, and I would like to make an entry for each of the creatures, for each of the entities. Okay, so let's get started with this local priest sect to a lesser god. What's Thule? Why is that a word? Primeval Thule is a place. Right, okay, that's a thing. That's a campaign setting is why I'm remembering it. What could be a good god name? Thrusk. Let's see. I will tweet that this will be on YouTube. Okay. Cool. How long from the start of the adventure is the next feeding? Well, it's probably 1d6 days, Jabba the Space Gangster. Awesome. Yeah, fake Alex Blue nailed it. Thanks, Arnheim. I miss Dungeons & Dragons. Verdun is asking, what do I think about the concept of psionics in D&D, more specifically the soul knife? Excluding mechanics, do I like psionics and do I think it fits in D&D? I think it fits in a very specific style of D&D because D&D is a system that allows you to play within a number of different styles of genre. And some genres, like, yeah, psionics make perfect sense. In other genres, it doesn't. So, like, there's Dying Earth, which is a very different genre of D&D from, like, Wheel of Time high fantasy, which is very different from the genre of D&D that's, you know, like Spelljammer, Psionicist, yeah. Countless semi-alive hollows creating a crazy boss. Love that idea, Elio Slayer. It's probably there. A local priest sect to Thrusk. Thrusk is a lesser god of I'm trying to think, like unbending will or it's got to be like stalemate negotiations or something like that. Thrusk is a lesser god of okay, he's the lesser god of that situation at the end of the thing where the two characters are looking at each other and they don't know if the other one is the thing, and so they both agree to just sit there and die watching each other. He's the god of that situation. He's the lesser god of what is that? It's like a zero-sum zero-sum loss or something like that. Help me put a name to this concept, chat. Stalemates, yes. He's a lesser god of fatal stalemates. Thrusk was a paladin. Yeah, Thrusk was a knight who traveled with a Thrusk was the last knight of a lost order. Yes, Thrusk was the last knight of Lost Order when he and his traveling companions were inflicted with a brain-wasting disease. Thrusk sat in guard over the remaining survivor, both of them agreeing to starve to death to prevent the disease spread. Cool. Why Thrusk? That name sounds so derpy. Well, Elio Slayer, you can name Thrusk whatever you want, my friend. The god of the Cold War. Yeah. Well, so, like, the reason I like stalemates here, Billy Guy, is because Thrusk is just a lesser god, right? And he's just, like... He's, like, one dude who ended up, like, doing something kind of dramatic one time that people remembered, and then people started worshiping him. Yeah. Inflicted. Afflicted is maybe better. Inflicted is also grammatically correct, but yeah. Well, Thrusk was a saint who ascended to become a lesser god. Okay. The local priest sect offers travelers safe rest for the night. And performs priestly services for a modest fee. Thrusk was in a symmetric situation, but the other guy died first, so nobody cares about him. One of their main products, creation of holy water, a process that takes 7 days. A priest must cast bless on a vial of water once every 24 hours for 7 days to render it holy. Yes, Thrusk won the stalemate, but he still sacrificed himself. And also, like, Thrusk was better known. Maybe the other guy was just a squire and Thrusk was a knight, or maybe, like, the other guy was also a knight, but Thrusk was, like, a more well-connected, the god of Pyrrhic victories. Yeah, maybe. Except it's not really, it wasn't really a battle, and so it's just kind of this disappointing bullshit situation. Yeah. The priest offers holy water to the settlers in the hope that the machine will eventually kill all of them, making a great symbolic victory for Thrusk. That's kind of great. Like, the priests of Thrusk just want to sit and watch someone else die. I love it, Avalon Delisle. They provide this at a fee to the settlers nearby. As a part of their production process. Though the priests don't, they're not giving this holy water to, like, I love the idea, Avalon Delisle, but I don't think it quite works with the fiction, because the settlers don't need the holy water to feed the machine. They need the holy water to do something useful with a byproduct of the machine. Yeah, he's that guy that has always been told his whole life that he's a disappointment, and he ends up becoming a half-assed god. Totally. Look, priest sect to thrus. NPCs. So. Yeah, that works. Jed Utrecht. He's male, human. Let's roll for what his age is. Roll20.net. Sign in. Good. Join game. Good. What should we roll? Like, people tend to cap out at like 90. So that'd be like 5d20 maybe. He's 42. Okay, cool. Yeah. You feel like there should be some fasting involved in their order? Yes. Yes, definitely. Red squirrel. Let's see. Fasts rigorously? Regularly? Often weak from hunger. Red robes instead of white. The priests all wear white robes, with the exception of their leader in red. They all bear a plague mark tattooed on their left temple as commemoration of the brain wasting disease that struck thrus so many years ago. 40-20 plus 20. At least 20 and no older than 100. Yeah, good point, Ampersand. Fast regularly, often weak from hunger. Red robes instead of white. Very welcoming. Sure. Who's in charge of the blessing of holy water? Let's see. Acolyte. Yulia. Yulia Ravenka. F. Human. And then let's find out how old she is. 40, 20 plus 20. She's 61. This acolyte. 61. Eager to prove her devotion. Responsible for holy water production. Yep. Neophytes inducted in pairs, mirror opposites. Oh. That's a very interesting idea, Staves. The idea that you always need someone to exist in stalemate with. So as to give each member someone to exist in stalemate with. Yeah, who was she before she joined the clergy? Good question. Eager to prove her devotion, responsible for holy water production. What's the third thing we can say about her? Evangelist. Sure. And then we need one of her. We need to talk about her stalemate. Joris Strom. Human. Let's roll for it. 59. Hey, that's great. Acolyte Ravenka. Yep. Skulky. Skulks around. Suspicious of newcomers. Alright, good deal, good deal. So that's the local priest sect to a lesser god. Let's talk about services. Wait, that needs to be heading 3. Heading 3, services. Why does it do that? Why? I don't understand. Sometimes it bolds, sometimes it doesn't. So, services. So I guess a night's stay would be like a gold piece. And then various priest spells. Okay, so hang on, I'm gonna grab the player's handbook. Okay, player's handbook. So cleric spells. I'm thinking first level spells probably cost 50 gold. So Cure Wounds costs the same as a healing potion. Bane Bless Command. Yeah. Sanctuary Shield of Faith. Like really, there's not really... Like, that's kind of the frustrating thing about 5th edition. It's like all the spells are very limited in duration. It's not like you could go to someone and be like, cast me this spell, and then be fine for 8 hours or whatever. I guess Shield of Faith, maybe? But that's not really appealing. Nope, concentration up to 10 minutes. Nope, nope, nope. Well, whatever. 5th edition. Boo, don't like it. Or, it doesn't do some things that I find very interesting for games. Fifth edition. So, yeah, services. Guidance, light, mending, resistance, sacred flame, spare the dying. Thaumaturgy. No, you were right the first time about 5e. Yeah. Okay, services. So... let's look at light, how long that lasts. I-J-K-L. Light. Lasts for 1 hour. Man, it's just so disappointing. Like, why do I want to find someone who can cast light for me? Ryolit, 19 months in a row. Jesus, that's so long. So long. That's awesome. Thank you. Welcome back. High fives. Yeah. That's dope AF. Okay. So, you know, well, we've got at least 3, right? So, service, price. Yeah, so let's say light for 8 hours. That price is 10 gold pieces. Boink. And then cure light wounds, 50 GP. Well, let's say that that's 25. We'll put it at 25 because then we can, how do I add another row? Right, there it is. Yeah, then healing potion can be 50 GP. Cool. So let's see. Oh, holy water. $50 GP. Cool, cool. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Jed Utrecht will very easily say something like the following. Terrible about the specters in the forest lately, don't you think? Take care, especially at night in the woods. They mostly come at night. Mostly. Aw, man, so great. So, Elio Slayer, your suggestion to have a secret item like a corrupted vial for like 100 gold that will only appear if you ask the NPC if he's got something else to sell. And if you happen to buy it, it will have some special interactions in the dungeon, is a really cool thought from the perspective of a video game. But I feel like it's not like there's a shop, right? Actually, maybe I should write that here. It's not like there's a shop. Players have to ask for things in order for the priests to provide them. They might do more than this at similar price points. Light/cantrips. Cure light wounds / first level spells. Healing potions / common. Divine potions. Yeah. Why D&D not Dungeon World? Dungeon World is a fine game, but I have certain complaints with Powered by the Apocalypse games. Ah, damn. God. Cat. I have certain complaints with Powered by the Apocalypse games, especially that it's common that many solutions are will work because it's explicit that like a 12 or a 10 plus is almost always successful in this circumstance. I don't know if I'm explaining it super clearly, but it's like, it feels like in any situation, if I use an ability and I roll a 10 plus, I succeed at what I wanted from that ability. Cat does do 4 points of claw damage. I am dead. Yeah, like, I appreciate Powered by the Apocalypse games, but for OSR style play, I prefer something with a more structured rule set. Hi. Hi. Come on over here. Let me plop you down. Yeah. Cute kitty. Climbing all over me. Yep. I might be expressing it wrong, fake Alex Blue, but I don't think that PBTA gets the same experience as OSR. I don't think 5e does, but you know, we start with the tools that we have to build towards the tools that we want. Cat, you are ridiculous. Look at this. Right. I mean, there's things like, I think OSR style play relies very heavily on player creativity and player skill. And so like a lot of the threats that will be in this dungeon will be beyond what a first level group of adventurers could handle. And that means that in order to handle them, the players have to be very clever. Whereas Dungeon World is operating on a really different sort of expectation, in that they really expect that the characters are who are providing the solutions, and the characters have moves that allow them to provide the solutions to situations. So yeah. What about Torchbearer? That might be really nice. Might be, but I don't know it as well. Hi, Fuzz. I'm gonna put you down again. Hi, cutie. Hi. Oh. Look, she just loves me so much. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. Yeah, the falling statue on the owlbear head. That's the perfect example. She's back. Yeah, maybe Jed is paired with Thrusk symbolically. Okay, so I'll leave myself a note. What information about the dungeon does she know? Acolyte Jorah Strom. What information about the dungeon does he know? How could the players get it? Yep. So one of the things that you have to do for an OSR game is you have to force the players to come up with other solutions. So if combat is always the solution, players will just do that, which means that they won't get to the core of the OSR experience, which is personal creativity. So, it's creative problem solving rather than creative authority. Yeah, I think you're right, fake Alex Blue. PBTA games give players creative authority, whereas OSR games require players to be in a static, predefined situation and then creatively problem solve within that problem space. Good. So that's the local priest sect to Thrusk. Oh, let's talk about where it is. So, to the west of the settlement, along the dirt road that leads there, is an old, well-maintained stone tower. It is well lit and well lit with lanterns, and there are a few bright white lamps that burn with a steady and unflickering light at each door. Modest white banners are adorned with a red symbol, a circular scrawl with intersecting lines. It is unsettling to look upon. Plague mark, a circle, and intersecting lines. Cool. Good. All right, let's start writing up. I guess we should talk about the faithful. Hang on, I'm going to save, because it would be really disappointing to lose all this. Yeah. Save. Let's go to the proper folder. Pen and paper. This is Adventure 0. Cool. My hair is crazy. I need to get it cut. Is this a GM turn? A muck image. I'm not doing this for a game. I'm doing this just for the fun of designing an adventure and to share my adventure creation process with you all. Yeah, heading to right. Okay. So this is the Faithful. Saragon931 just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you, Saragon931. I appreciate it. I should do this more often. It's fun. Usually on Saturdays I'm doing Pendragon. Will this adventure eventually be run on this channel? Hope so, Drummer Boy. That would be really cool, wouldn't it? That would be really cool. Keep Settlers, the Faithful. So. Four years ago. Then on another day during the week. Maybe so. What are the markers of their faith? What sets them apart from the heathens and non-believers? Reasonable questions. I mean, the physical symbol is this symbol of the mind plague. Let's, I'll write those questions up here, Fake Alex Blue. How much longer is book one? 3 to 5 sessions. We are closing in on the end of the Uther period. Okay, Keep Dwellers, the Faithful. Let's say 8 years ago, a group of settlers unhappy with their prospects in nearby Ruth's Bridge. Ruth's Bridge. 8 years ago, settlers in a group unhappy with their prospects in nearby Ruth's Bridge left that town and struck out into the woods after their own settlement. They discovered an abandoned keep and made it their home. The settlement was prosperous, and as game was abundant, and the forest plentiful. Over time, their leaders turned to a strange faith. Deep within the bowels of the keep rested an ancient machine of brass and crystal, long corroded through through disrepair, disuse. Over the first months, these leaders oiled and repaired the machine, guided by an almost intuitive spirituality into its care. What did they name this settlement? Thruskville? Well, this isn't a settlement to Thrusk. I think probably this settlement doesn't have a name. It's just the place that they live. Because it's not a town, right? It's just a dungeon. It's too weird to have a name. They just refer to it as home. And then the other people in nearby towns, they don't call it a name. They call it that keep in the woods, or that settlement in the woods. In the years since, the settlers have grown fanatical in their devotion to the clockwork mechanism. They battle, or they fight amongst each other, ambushing their weaker members and dragging them to the machine for devotion. The machine drains hope from them, leaving them in a state of despair. Let's say in a state of despair, yet filled with a great spiritual longing. Settlers hunt and gather in the forest for their food, occasionally paying merchants for more uncommon goods. They trade with the priests of Thrusk for holy water and other, holy water, funerary services, and other priestly rites. Yeah, there's a Numenera video game. It's Torment, Tides of Numenera. It's supposed to be a spiritual successor to Planescape Torment. Yeah. Let's see. So we'll define some NPCs for the upper level of the keep, where it's like notable NPCs. Notable NPCs. And then we'll also define like random encounter table for rolling and encountering keep settlers in the lower levels of the keep. Beard for the win just subscribed for 19 months. Long time, long beards for the win. Beard for the win. Thank you. Thank you for your continued subscription. That's really awesome. Yeah, let's get some Silent 05s in chat for our 19-month resubber. Notable NPCs. So yeah, you know, like some sort of leader character. De facto leader, hopeless, or yeah, wait. Hope drained follower. Like merchant, negotiator. Yeah. Are my inspirations Horizon Zero Dawn? No. But I can see why you might see some reference to that, yeah. And like, you know, this cult that's worshipping this machine in the dungeon. But I think the function of the machine is quite different. Kirigor Ekal, that's some very nice writing. Are my inspirations Dark Souls? My inspirations are many, many things. But I'm the most inspired by things that are not games. I'm the most inspired by art, actually. Cool, cool. Notable NPCs. Yeah. So we've also got to define a town, which is Ruthsbridge. Maybe this machine hooks into a seclusium. It's probably like the remains of a seclusium from decades ago or whatever. And like, you know, it's been all destroyed and, you know, the top of the tower was shorn off by a portal that spawned open and devoured it. And then, you know, the wizard was dead and people came in and they stole a bunch of stuff. And the only thing left was this huge machine that was broken and stuck down in the basement. So nobody could really get it out and it wasn't terribly valuable. Yes, heavy metal vinyl album covers. Yep, absolutely. But really, the art that inspires me is like surrealist art, like fine art. D&D sort of specific art is nice, but it doesn't inspire me to create D&D because it's too explicit, you know. Goya, yeah. Yeah. Or, oh my god, what's his name? I forget. I'll have to look up some of my favorite artists. Actually, let's see. Pinterest.com. I'll pull up my West Marches pin board. Did I ever show that to y'all? I wonder if I did. Here, I'll pull this over here so that y'all can all see this. Yes, Pinterest. All right, so this is Francesco Albano. Like, oh my God, what? That's awesome. Yeah, Zetislav Bekinski. Marco Mazzoni, that's awesome. Super dope. You could definitely see that thing in a D&D game. We have seen it. Good, good. Yep, Bekinski. Bakinski again, Bakinski. Yep. Who else? Caitlin Hackett has a lot of really cool stuff like this, which is super dope. Surrealist art. Yeah, right. Yeah. This is good stuff. Remedios Varo is another one. He's done lots of really cool stuff. Like, that's super fun. Like, you could definitely imagine, like, at the top of a mountaintop with clouds all around it, there's like a dude in there who like is painting the moon and then cranking something out into the sky. That's pretty awesome. Vsevolod Ivanov. I will add that into a new tab. Vsevolod Ivanov. That's images. Cool. Yeah, that's wild stuff. That's super Russian. Is the one on the left an inspiration of the Scryers? The Scriveners. The Scriveners were directly inspired by which painting? Where is it? This one. Nicolas Samori. These are the Scriveners. Right here. That's them. So yeah. So like you can see that I don't have like a lot of paintings of like D&D monsters in here. Yeah. Alright, y'all. I've got to stop so that I can head off to a friend's place and play some Dungeon Crawl Classics. I'm going to continue this adventure creation. Probably on air. So, yeah, hopefully y'all will get to see a lot more of the creation of this adventure, and then hopefully y'all will also get to see someone running this adventure, and that would be super fun. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see, before I go, let me fire up my Streamlabs so that I can give a shout out to everybody who resubbed. I've been enjoying doing that at the end of my Pendragon streams. So let's see. We'll drop off those follows. Cool. Yeah, great. All right. So from the beginning today, subscribers. So Jamboree Jess for 11 months, Edict Engine for 7 months, Schmelzer 87, brand new sub. Schmelzer 87. Wow, 5 months. Yeah, 5 months. Yes, cool. Lauren Danger for 7, Mythalian for 2 months, Rico D for 19, Eric Vulgaris for 4, Kahuna Kona, brand new sub, Drakritar, I think, subscribed, Elio Slayer subscribed, Ryolit for 19 months, Saragon 931, new subscriber, Beard for the Win for 19 months, and Nauxwar for 8 months. So, huge thanks to all of you. Oh, damn! For your subscriptions, and shout out to Rooster Castile for that cheer. So I will I'll see you all later, and we'll do some more D&D in the near future. Thanks everybody.